Well, and welcome back, everybody, to the Slater Family Ice Arena, and a little bit of a doubleheader action here for WBGU PBS Sports Flex content. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Holden Ruck as previously, but the stakes are high. We got the Findlay Trojans taking on the Anthony Wayne Generals.
Absolutely. Should be a good one here between these two teams. You know, we just finished up watching the Blue Devils Club fall to the Lake Flyers. A good one there, very high scoring, and we'll have to see what these two teams have in store for us.
Well, an interesting one to process nonetheless. You look there and onto your screen. Brett Flanagan, the senior 5'11 goaltender, going to be getting the start in net for the maize and blue, if you will. More of a lighter yellow and a lighter blue than the Michigan Wolverines, but nonetheless, still kind of the same concept, but in all white jersey is going to be worn, the home whites for Anthony Wayne, as there's the travel blues for Findlay. And let's get this underway. The face-off going to be taken right back for Anthony Wayne by Sam Laverick, and there's going to be a bit of a rush for Findlay as we take this one going. Ryan Moss going to have the puck. He tries to take that one up and goes to Diabardino right into the corner, as this one's going to get off to a hot start. Puck bouncing just a little bit as we proceed. Wilson going to take that puck into the corner. He'll have it on his stick. Wilson getting it right back again. The shot just going to go right out and wide to the left as this one goes out to Ryan Moss. Fumbles the puck out to the neutral zone, and now a rush for the Generals as this is going the other way for Punateri. Punateri, the shot right off the crossbar. Tried to go onto the backhand there. Not much he can do, and now we're heading the opposite direction for the Findlay Trojans, as that's going to be Jaron Clark with the puck, taking that into the corner, going against Ganapski.
A great chance down on the offensive end for Anthony Wayne with Punateri, but just kind of shanks it up high there. Tough break for them.
And Nilsson will be taken right back for it the other way, and again, they're going to try to draw this one out. Almost a tip wide in front, trying for that, and then no, that's going to be a big knock, and takes that one away for Anthony Wayne in that number 34 of Hockmuth. Just close there for the Trojans, but that's going to be going down. Anthony Wayne looking for a bit of their own turnaround here as they'll try to clear this puck out with around 15:45 remaining, but just a play going to be by Giroux up at the high slot, and then a tip in front's going to pay off for Findlay. That'll be the first goal of the night, going to be from the number 38, Jackson Biggs, the freshman, 5'7", going to get this one away for the Trojans.
And an early strike here from the Trojans, just a minute 22 into play and already on the board. Great take there for the Trojans, Jackson Biggs, as you mentioned.
Well, and there you have it. Just not going to take long, but Findlay going to get this one rolling the other way. And I mean, Holden, especially if you're Anthony Wayne in this position, you got to just be thinking, oh no, we didn't want to give one up that early.
No, definitely. And conversely for Findlay, you got to be feeling it now. You're fired up.
And this one will be taken right back again. Ryan Moss going to try to go across ice into the play, as now it'll be Somerville, that number 23, who tried to get it away. But either way, that's going to be a stoppage of play there, and we'll take another break here in the Anthony Wayne defensive territory.
And you know what? That's about the third or fourth puck we've already seen in this early game that Findlay's just sending. There's a lot of power behind these swings for these offensemen for Findlay.
And that'll be taken, just rolling right back to the Findlay defense. Looking for somewhere to go. The shot, though, going to be heard around the world and going to go up high. That looks like Monica Kerwin almost getting that attempt there. Started this game an assistant captain. But either way, that's going to go up to the net.
Nothing doing there on the offensive end on that possession there. But Anthony Wayne still on the back foot, certainly.
As Figgy going to be battling that one down low for the puck. Just a pillar in this Anthony Wayne team, and that one going to go right back out to Figgy again. He'll put it on his skate. He's going to look for it a little bit more, goes up and high, but just into the neutral zone. That'll go past Kerwin. So Kerwin able to get it clear there. That one going to be up just a bit high, and then taken right back and away for Anthony Wayne. So going to be forced to dump that play away is going to be Maudlin, as that's going to be a big knock there, and just Anthony Wayne setting the tone, or getting the tone set on them from Findlay. But either way, Figgy going to have it on his stick, looking to go out and about. As the pass there, just not quite able to connect, but an attempt in front, and that's going to make it 2-0 for Findlay. Luis Diabardino.
And you could see him coming down the lane there, Luis Diabardino. Pretty uncontested there in the middle, receiving a nice pass. You'll see on the replay here, a nice attempt there from the defenseman for Anthony Wayne. It's going to be Maudlin, but ultimately not able to do anything to get in the way there, and it's going to go in favor of the Trojans.
Well, just caught Figgy a little bit out of position, and all of a sudden, we're not even like 10 minutes into this, and Findlay will have a 2-goal lead, but going to get This one set right back in, going to force him to retreat as Giroux was not able to keep that one in the zone and then just gets caught up a little bit with Diabardino, and that'll be all they got.
Yeah, nothing doing on that one.
Well, just going to be waiting, and now after the offside, going to be waiting for it again here as this one will look to be dropped. So now taking it away again. Giroux looked like he'd be in there, but we're going to see Somerville be the one to take that play back as this one's going a little bit across and then just right drew and back in. We're going to be waiting for a little bit more action, but nonetheless, this one being taken back in front and then across, going for it again. Somerville on a stick. Gets the play and over, tried to get that to Mac Archer, but not much he could do there. Into the corner now, waiting for it is going to be Marshall. So that pass going to go right back out to Ethan Giroux and going to get the play in front as this one's going to be some more pressure by Sam Laverick and then taken up high again. It's just taken right back into the corner. We're going to be continuing onward to see what else can occur here, but that one in front, loose puck, battling for it, and Findlay will come up with it. And now we're going to have an Ethan Giroux rush at it as he'll get a little bit of a trip up on Modlin. No hand to go up. Anthony Wayne possession as Modlin has it. So he gets the play across, but intercepted by Somerville, and then going back through it, and again, we're going to see a little bit more of Kanapski. So Findlay to hold on to it. The shot just right off the glove as that will go in a way. Hockmuth not quite able to hold on to it, but either way, no goal going to be scored.
Definitely a nice save there from Hockmuth, making sure it doesn't go in there. But a lot of discipline here from Findlay. You'll see the shot right there from number 28, Jackson Fleckner, able to be stopped by Hockmuth, but Findlay not hesitating to take those shots early and often without pushing too close to the goal.
Findlay excited to take these chances tonight, not giving them up, and then in front, and there's another one. That'll be the number 28 in Jackson Fletcher.
And Fleckner right there, after we saw the previous chance on the replay just a moment ago, not to be denied this time, able to thread it in, and it's an early 3-0 lead for the Trojans.
And I mean, you look, just it's been three, I don't want to say dirty because they're played clean, if that makes sense, but they're not the pretty highlight shots that you're going to see on ESPN or on YouTube, Instagram, whatever you will. They're just the goals that win you hockey games, and Findlay's already been able to notch 3 of them, and we're not even a decade into this game so far.
You're right. These aren't those highlight reel goals, Dan. These are real gritty, in the trenches type of goals that the Trojans are connecting on, but it's got them up 3-0 only, not even 4 minutes into this game yet.
Well, and looks like the first shot for today going to be from Binneker, but just going to be knocked away again as this will be taken right back in for Monica Kerwin, trying to get the play into there, but still Jaron Clark going to be forced down low to take that one away. Carter Spoon there as well, looking for some momentum as Anthony Wayne going to intercept that to Spoon, and that's going to be battled a little bit more. Wild puck in front, taken away, and that shot just a little bit wide by Carter Spoon.
And Findlay just relentless in the offensive zone here. Anthony Wayne playing on their back foot basically this entire time, save for about a minute of possession the other way.
And Draven Wilson going to have it on his stick, tripped up a little bit, and that almost found its way to the net to catch Hockmuth off guard.
That would have been your highlight right there, Dan.
It sure would have, and then a little more battling in front as this will end up going a little bit high. Jaron Clark had it on his stick, loses possession of it, and now Anthony Wayne going to try a breakout of their own, but is going to be forced to dump that puck in as Sam Laverick didn't have anywhere he could really go. So the play going, just a little bit of a bounce puck and a little bit more going for Darren Wilson. Wilson, he's got daylight in front, Wild in front, and then also Mac Archer there, but no goal will be scored for either. As this goes right back out, going to be the Findlay possession. And then another one just off the stick, going it away from Ethan Giroux. Giroux now has it behind the net. He's going to choose to rush a little bit. Finds some traffic, but gets past it. Past Laverick as well. Bit of a Statue of Liberty play trying to get that one in, but going to find the wall of number 53 in Devin Modlin.
I'll tell you what, though, Dan, this Findlay Trojans team, they are just swarming the puck in this early going. On the offensive end, they're getting second chance opportunities at Hockmuth, really putting him under duress. And on the defensive end, they're always getting their stick on it, intercepting these Anthony Wayne passes and getting behind the goal to retrieve it. I mean, they are relentlessly chasing. A lot of just high effort plays from this Trojans team, and you can tell why they're up early.
Huge to take advantage so far of those plays that they have been given, but either way, 11:25 left in the first period. Findlay still moving the puck around. Ryan Mars in front, and then he almost got that tipped just right back and away from that number 26 of MJ Greenewalt. but this one will go right back for it again. Figgy going to try to get a rush in. Ends up getting a push and shove and a delayed penalty coming up. Looks like on Figgy. And I'll tell you what, the nicest guy you'll ever meet, but a guy you don't want to mess with on the ice, and it looks like he'll take the first penalty of the night.
And that one looked pretty easy. You're going to see here on the replay, Figgy just putting his arms right into Moss there. Pretty easy call for the referees there.
Well, and the hand is going up, and Figgy trying to get away with it, but I don't think they will, but...
Can't blame a guy for trying.
Well, exactly. Looks like they'll rule it for an icing instead. Could have sworn that was a penalty on Figgy, but he'll just take the bench as if nothing happened. So now here we're going the other way, trying to get a bit of a rush going for Pataka, but he's going to be forced to stay back after Anthony Wayne will lose possession of it. Laverick trying to battle for that one, and it'll go past the number 7 of Mac Archer, and Archer going to be the one chasing it into the corner. So now Archer has the puck, waiting to see what he's going to choose to do with it, and then just wrapping that puck right back and around to Jaron Clark, but then taking the other way, and that one's going at in front. So going to be waiting for a little bit more of momentum here, as it's just right in front and going to be taken back the other way. So that will go to the number 7 of Mac Archer, and then just going to be tipped to avoid the icing by Jaron Clark. And they'll have a 2-man rush going for Findlay as they're trying to get this one going. And Fletchner there, a man who scored earlier today, going to get that puck moving around. Is that one going right in front, but not quite going to find its way back again, as this will be wrapped right around by Leman. And we'll wait for something a little bit more here. Then another shot going to be quick, as this one will be taken for it again. Ryan Moss at the point was the one who shot that one. And now we're going to see a little bit more of Somerville down low, and then he goes high, and then back to Moss to Somerville again. But that play going high. Somerville on his stick, able to find the corner, but not quite. He gets it right back again, but will not find anything. Leman going to stand strong on defense.
Just barely mishandled by Somerville there. Nearly another strong opportunity on the goal for the Trojans.
And that one going, and then a hard shot going to be there for Ryan Moss. Just gets off the pad, though, of that number 34 in Hockmuth. And we'll be taking this puck the other way. The hand to go up, and we have an icing.
And I got to tell you, Daniel, I really like this aggressive approach from the Trojans. You know, they're taking these farther out shots, really putting some mustard on it, and just daring the Anthony Wayne defenseman to try to get in the way and disrupt it, and challenging Hockmuth with those fast shots from range.
It's the hidden gem of hockey, Holden, just using the defenseman as offensive pressure, if that makes sense, because not only do you get them a little bit backed up and you're forced to take a shot from high, but you're able to utilize the screen. We're going to see a little bit more of it here. Hayden Giroux, the shot in front, a little tip, loose puck wild, and just an inch off, it looked like, for Greenewalt to get a goal, but they're going to still keep it trying. Hayden Giroux has it at the point, trying to get the tip there. Looks like that attempt was from the number 31 in Draven Wilson. But this one going to be just shot right back, and again, going to go on to Blake Hockmuth, who will make the save.
And right now, Dan, the time of possession here, not that you track that hard like you do in football, but right, I mean, it's been all offense for Findlay in this one. I mean, the 3 goals obviously tells you that story, but you're just watching the time down here, even when they're not scoring, they're really clearly controlling the puck.
Well, just saw Figgy in the corner, and now Leo Hernandez going to be taking that one back for Findlay as he'll wrap that one around. Going up high, though, it's going to be Hayden Giroux. Loses possession, but has Clark there for support. So going back into the corner, Clark with the puck on his stick, trying to get it in front, and then just racked it on Hockmuth, but that's just going to find its way to the corner, as that one will go out. The shot going to be attempted by Giroux, and then goes out to Clark in the corner, but Figgy going to pick it up, and then Figgy going to have a little bit of support on Kanapski. But looks like Figgy here going to be trying to battle it out, and then Kanapski going to have the puck now. So here he goes on a rush. Kanapski able to get past Hernandez, trying to get that one on net. Wild puck in front. It goes up to Figgy. The shot going out. Going to be a big save made there for the Findlay goaltending.
And a great job by Figgy, just trying to get the puck up there, giving them their first offensive chance in a few minutes now.
And Figgy there going to have to be forced back on support, as Jaron Clark going to try to get that one going, and going to be a big line change here, as Findlay going to be utilizing the fresh legs to their offensive support, as that cross-ice pass will not go the way they intended, and that's going to be Dia Bernardino, and then in front, he tries to get the cross-ice pass to Ethan Giroux, but not anywhere to find it, and then LTT Garden will knock that one in. So into the corner now is going to be Dia Bernardino. He's got the puck on his stick, tries to get the pass over from 24 to 23. That was his man in Somerville, but that one going right back out to Tiergarten on the Findlay defense as he goes tape to tape there with Mac Archer and then goes right back. So here it going again, and that's going to be the rush for Dia Bernardano, and we're going to have a whistle on that one.
And a really better job by the Generals there, getting some chances down on their own offensive end. 7-11 left in this one. We're almost 10 minutes into this first period, and it really has been all Findlay. But Anthony Wayne starting to challenge, in particular, Sam Figge, not only giving them an opportunity on that offensive end, but also taking one of their only shots of this game off of the kind of wild puck.
Well, the draw run back by Laverick, but Findlay not going to let that stop him, as now Jackson Fletchner going to get that one across, and now it's going for it again. Draven Wilson, his shot going to be going right back after it, and then here he goes chasing that puck into the corner again and battling for it. So going tape to tape, that's going to be Ryan Moss. Moss the shot, and almost the tipped from Fletchner, but no goal will be there, and this one going right back and around. Going to Kerwin. Kerwin tried to find that way through to Fletchner, but Fletchner will shoot it again, and then again, you're going to see Draven Wilson.
And you really got to give a lot of credit to Monica Kerwin and Ryan Moss, really pressing as those defensive players, keeping the puck on the side of the Anthony Wayne goal.
Well, Sam Figge going to battle that one in and just choose some DC action and dump that puck in, and it's going to result in a rush and a bit of a trip up, but now you're going the other way, and that will be Jackson Fletchner who tries to get this play in. It'll be the Trojan puck as this one's going along. That's going to be Greenewalt, but he loses possession of it, and now it's going the opposite way. Leo Hernandez going to be at the point trying for something along here, and now MJ Greenewalt finds his way through to Max Best. Best going to get the shot, just a little bit too out of it, but Jaron Clark going to get a little play on that one as well.
And something we're really seeing from these Trojans is they're not giving up the puck at the first point at which they're contested by the Generals. They're kind of maintaining their possession through the contact and still getting those second chances to look for a teammate or take a shot on the goal. And that's been a clear difference in this one.
It sure is. And I mean, you look at that one just beyond what you're expecting and what else you want to kind of observe here in this game. And you're going to have to take it from there as that one's going right back and across. Going to be seeing what else you can find. Mac Archer going to get that one. And then it's dumped in by the number 31, Draven Wilson. 6'2", just standing tall in this Findlay Trojans offense. So now 5:32 and counting left in the first period. And this one's going out to Jack.
They're grabbing that one, keeping it out of the goal. But the pressure really all game so far has just been on this defensive unit for the Generals, and it's going to be really a wonder if they're able to, establish any consistency getting down on the Trojans' end, or if it's kind of going to be all Trojans, which it really has been in this first period.
Yeah, Findlay has been steering the ship so far, or the horse, if you will, just so far today, as that one's going right back and off the board as that keeps it going, and then back along again, going to be Dia Bernardano, as he'll have the puck looking for somewhere, as it'll be taken right back and away again to Ethan Giroux, but then it finds its way through all the way and out to Ryan Moss. It'll be the Anthony Wayne puck for Alex Music, and then just a turn of events here. Music down, but still in the offensive zone for Findlay, and then battling in front, and that's going to be tape to tape, as that was from 8 to 24 in Giroux over to Dia Bernardano, but nobody going to get a goal there. So Ryan Moss going to lose that. Now it's taken right back into the corner. We'll look for Luke Kirby here, who tried to get some support on that to help his team out, but not much he can do on that. And going to force Figge back just to get this play going. But, there was those quick 3 goals for Findlay, but so far it's kind of been an evenly matched game so far.
Yeah, it has been quiet since then. It really felt like the Trojans just kind of found some momentum, found kind of a approach that worked, and capitalized on it a couple times. The Generals have definitely settled things down, and they are really resilient on the defensive end, but they're having trouble clearing it out. Findlay's been doing a great job with Moss and Kerwin on the perimeter of the offensive end as those defensive players, just getting those pucks that almost get cleared by the Generals and putting them back into the offensive zone.
Well, Leo Hernandez is going to battle that one and gets its way through into the deep end here, forcing Anthony Wayne to retreat just a little bit more, as now Figge going to be taking that into the corner and waiting for something a little bit more, and back again. Figge has it on his stick. He's going to get that one knocked just a little bit over to Fletchner, but that's going to be intercepted, as now it'll be the all-blue team taking advantage of that. So just up high a little bit more. Carter Spoon able to keep that one in a little bit. Fletchner now has it right back behind. Going to go over to Greenewalt, who has it with that one going in the number 53 of Modlin. So going to be taken right back out as Izzy Spears, the number 6, going to try to get a hold of that, but not much you can do there. And now Figgy going to have it on his stick. All alone, only has one on pressure, and Jackson Biggs, it looks like, as that'll be taken the other way for Hayden Giroux to hold this one onto his stick and find somewhere he can have it. And now it takes it going the other way. Giroux really using some rush, and they're going to call an offside play here. Looks like that's going to be on Colin Somerville.
And really approaching fast there, Hayden Giroux for Findlay, really looking to make like just a rapid push there on the defense. You know, Anthony Wayne's not pushing their defensemen up very far when they get into an offensive position on Findlay, because they know how quickly Findlay can strike. And so nearly a great opportunity for Findlay there, but unable to get anything out of it.
Well, Tia Garden going to be there, try to get it in, and then you'll see a little bit more, but that one in front, and just a pass from Jaron Clark. As he had pressure, but there was more pressure for Anthony Wayne there than he had, and so it goes. Bernardano gets a pass in front, the shot from Wilson, and they're still fighting for it, and that's going to be into Hockmuth. And looks like Findlay thinks it's a goal, and it got past Hockmuth. The thing is, though, and what you got to keep consideration of, Holden, did the ref lose sight of the puck at all?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the deciding factor there. I gotta be honest, Dan, the thing that's holding me about this goal, I was surprised when Clark even passed out.
Well, let's take another look, and you see Wilson, the shot, goes off Hockmuth, driven, just seeing a little bit more of a drive from Clark. And I guess you see, then you see it go in, and the referee in the corner, but in the crease, did he lose sight? But either way, you're not going to look at that if you're the Trojans. You're just going to be grateful that you get the goal. And Devin Modlin going to have the puck now as we'll take this one away again. A 4-goal lead now for the Trojans.
Definitely felt like the official held his whistle a little bit on that one, for sure.
Well, I mean, if you look at that and you're Anthony Wayne and you're Coach Coaster, are you going to decide to challenge that a little bit, or are you going to fight back? But either way, Ryan Moss is going to get that one into the corner and try for it again as Mac Arthur up high. Yeah, he'll get the puck, and then a little bit of a knockaway, though, as that will go off the stick of Drew Binniger. So right back out to center, waiting for it again. Ryan Moss has the puck, and then he goes over to Carter Spoon, and this is going to be a little bit more of a battle, trying to find out where they can go. And that's going to be Binniger now, a little bit on a rush, all on his own. The puck goes to the corner, have to get a shot on net as Laverick's in front. So just holding it behind now is Findlay. No need to rush, and a bit of a heavy forecheck here for the Trojans as all the way out no man's land is Jackson Fletchner, as he'll hold on to it and then lose it just barely. And this is going right back out to Drew Binniger. So Haight taking it right back. MJ Greenewalt going to be there. Now a minute left in the period, as we'll see here. Ryan Moss going to try to get his stick on that one. Colin Somerville, as we'll keep this one away. Monica Kerwin looks like, though, she'll be able to get the dump in. And now only 45 seconds left. Figgy has it on his stick. Finds its way, though. And that goes off Greenewalt. And then the shot going to be heard around the world, and it'll go around the rink. And it's going to force Findlay into their defensive territory again here, as this one will go right back and across. Ryan Moss trying to get this one back and through, and that will find its way to Colin Somerville, and then also finds it to Greenewalt as they're battling through it and again here. But now this one will go right back to Andrew Kanapski. Just battling into the corner almost, as now Ryan Moss will pick it up, and this will go the opposite end of the ice, and now Pataka going to just hold on to the puck, has one in pressure, and Luis Bernardano. And it's going to wrap it around, no icing called, and looks like that'll be the end of the period, as that'll go from Mac Arthur to 0-0.
What a first period here from the Trojans. I mean, 4-0, and all really, pretty impressive goals, just getting down in the trenches and taking care of business. But something that's really hanging me up on this one, Dan, is the Generals, I feel like, are really playing poorly in transition. When they're trying to move from the defensive end to the offensive end, a lot of the times that the puck is clearing there is coming from just like a wild puck flying, not even being controlled by a player.
I mean, exactly. It's a lot of just wild momentum for Anthony Wayne that they'll have to take control of. We'll see if they can. In the second period, your score is 4-0 in favor of the Findlay Trojans. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. This is WBGU PBS Hockey here on YouTube. Well, the Anthony Wayne Generals trying to defend their home territory at the Slater Family Ice Arena as opposed to the Findlay Trojans, just around 20 miles south or so from here at the Cube in Findlay, Ohio. Home of Super Bowl champion quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, I will say myself, but nonetheless, Holden, right now at the hockey side of things, Findlay having a 4-0 lead as we head to the second period over at the Anthony Wayne Generals.
You're right, Dan. After one period, it's all Trojans in this one. 4-0, and just the relentless offensive attack, which we're going to see some of here, is really telling the story.
Yeah, just look at that and a little bit more of that utilizing in front of the net presence. I mean, Jackson Biggs, the first clip you saw, gets a tip in front, and another one here, just really great hand motion rolling along for Diaberno Dono. And then you take another look again here, the shot going high and then out, but it's still saved, and it's all good by the number 34 in Blake Hockmuth, but you
just
think
there.
It's good, yeah.
Jackson Fleckner gets his there, and then push from Draven Wilson.
And yeah, just a very vast collapse that Findlay has taken advantage of tonight on Hockmuth. And I mean, it's not a situation that you want to be in, but it's a situation that you're kind of putting yourself in as Findlay taking advantage of the presence that they have. A 4-0 game as we start the second period here.
And really, Hockmuth hasn't played a truly terrible game. 4 goals in a period is not a great metric, but the defense for Anthony Wayne is allowing him to stay under continual duress. And when you let a team, especially one with as an aggressive of an offense as this Trojans team, you let them take this many shots, they're going to get them in the net at some point.
Well, and I mean, like, take it for an example, just sweet child of mine, and Sam Figge just getting this one rolling along has been the cornerstone so far today for this Anthony Wayne defense.
He has, and he's frankly been a large part of their offensive pushes that they've been able to have, while few in this game, but they're really going to have to increase those chances if they're going to be able to compete here.
And Hayden Giroux going to get that one back for Findlay, trying to at least as much as he can, as Luis Diaberno going to get that one back and away, as the back check though going to be strong by Draven Wilson. Gets that one through, but another rush in trying for it as Sam Laverick. But no good, as now Findlay's Wilson gets the pass across and going.
Nice early push there by Laverick, but unable to come out with anything.
Well, Diaberno Dono tried to get the rush in as Matt Arthur was there a little bit, but Draven Wilson going to be holding on to the puck, tried to get a shot and lost it though, as Sam Laverick will get this one rolling along, and then you take it back to the corner. It's Wilson again, and going up to the defense. Mac Archer gets the shot on a screen. It goes to the side as Figge will let that one go and back away. So the shot going again from the corner, trying to set a screen, but Hayden Giroux on the defense, trying to get that. And looks like Giroux's going to get it right back in again by the Juniper sign, getting pinched up a little bit. But a good nod to the number 26 and MJ Greenewalt to step up as the forward there. But Giroux gets the cross-ice pass, goes tape to tape with Mac Archer. Battle in front, no forward there. Sam Figge picks it up, and that puck will get cleared, and an icing underway. But no, excuse me, that's going to go right onto the goaltending, and it's just going to be stopped. And instead of going the length of the ice, it's going to be in Findlay's defensive territory.
And I really like this offensive approach from Findlay. They're not hesitating to just send the puck into the middle, not only to force Blake Hockmuth to try to make a save, but then they trust their skaters to get those second chance opportunities to disrupt the defenders for the Generals and just keep the puck down on that end of the ice. And it's been working really, really well for them.
Well, the save made by Brett Flanagan will take this back the other way, and we're going to be looking for a little bit more momentum as this one's going right back and out through, and going to be just knocked a little bit, but right in front. Findlay going to be the ones to pick it up, as Figge's going to have it right back out for Anthony Wayne. Change the pace of things here, as this will go out to Ryan Moss behind the net. Moss with the puck, going to try to get the pass in front, but not quite. Just knocked right back in for Izzy Spears. Knocking a little bit more, then in front, and there it goes. Didn't see it go in, and no, Drew Binnicker tried to get the opportunity. Sam Figge now has it on his stick. Looking for somewhere to go. He'll be forced to dump that in. Monica Kerwin, though, going to have it behind the net. Gets that out to Figge. Then we're going to get it rolling along a little bit more. Colin Somerville has it on his stick. Trying to get past there and looking for it in Modden. Does he get it through? And no, he doesn't. But this one will be going out to Mac Archer, who goes tape to tape with Jackson Fletchner.
Nearly in off the rebound there. And this Findlay team, so much speed and power in their skating and hitting. You know, a lot of times just kind of losing control because they're going too fast or hitting too hard is really the only thing disrupting this offense.
It really is, and Carter Spoon going to get the dump in there for Findlay as this will go the opposite way of the ice. Max Best going to be looking for something. Modden had it on his stick, but there it goes right back for Findlay. The shot trying to go as that was to Jackson Biggs, who almost had an opportunity.
So barely off target there, but almost gets one to go.
Well, now Biggs gets it right back for it again. Going out to Archer. The shot going to be high, and Arden standing tall. There it goes. Max Best going to get the 5th goal for Findlay. Just a back door to take advantage of, and a huge lead now for the Trojans.
A nice job there by Best to put it in the goal. And it kind of felt like they were due again. As crazy as that sounds, up 4-0, the way that they were attacking, just the persistence. And right there off of the glove of Hawkmuth, Best able to get another one on the board, putting the Trojans up 5-0 now. And if you're the Generals, I mean, you got to just be kind of sucking wind at this point.
Well, Best going to use his best performance there to get that one going. His first of the night as Biggs, D'Abrano, and Fletchner were the ones to score before him. And we'll get this one going right back at one by Draven Wilson, and then the corner going to be for Laverick. Laverick the shot wide to the right as that'll hit the low depot sign, and this is going now for Ethan Giroux. Right in front though, Figgy able to get that play dumped in, and that will be crushed in by Laverick, but Laverick going to try to get the play in front, but that'll be picked up by Luis D'Abernardano. As now he has it, goes cross ice, gets it away. That's going to Wilson. Wilson, no pressure off the blocker. The puck almost went in. Looks like it got off of Ethan Giroux. So waiting for it right back again. D'Abernardano going to go back to Giroux. Puck knocked into the corner, and that'll be one right back for D'Abernardano. As D'Abernardano has the puck, Figgy on pressure for Anthony Wayne. This one going to be choosing to go high, and that will go past Wilson, and then be taken by Hayden Giroux, who keeps the puck in the offensive zone for Findlay, and then that's won by Hawkmuth. And you got to be careful there. Just saw a little bit of a push by Giroux.
Definitely a better defensive stand there from the Generals, but once again, the Trojans just have them on this back foot. I mean, you know, they're giving up large, you know, chunks of minutes at a time of not letting the puck get out of their own defensive zone. And I mean, down 5-0 right now. You got to hope you can clear it at some point, but.
Well, take a look at that. Just a beautiful shot by Giroux on the screen, and no connection there as Findlay will not be able to succeed. Anthony Wayne gets lucky, but behind the net will take this one going the other way. Jaron Clark has it, and then that'll be taken over to the corner, and Somerville. Somerville gets that one up to Kerwin. Back to Somerville in the corner. He's waiting for the puck. They're going to be trying to find somewhere to go here. And so look his way, getting something to go. That's going to be to Clark. Clark now has it. He gets that puck up high and then tries a little bit more of momentum as that will keep its way going through and back again, just battling for that puck, and then it taken right through again as that's going the opposite way of the ice now, and Somerville's now going to have it. So Somerville going cross ice, going to find its way to Kerwin, as now Kerwin has it in the corner, looking to get that puck out. Wild puck, though, picked up by the Trojans. Take advantage of a rough situation as that will be deflected into the corner, and then that's taken right back up. Kerwin looking for somewhere to go, looking for a shot. A little bit of a block there by Konapski, and that will get its way going, but another shot going to be low. I don't think that left the ice from Somerville, but the middle will be cleared. No icing called. 12:08 left in the second period. 5-0 Findlay. So Kerwin behind the net, able to evade one, and gets the pass across to Max Best. Best gets it right through to Kerwin as the intended target. Figgy, though, going to try to knock that one away. Kerwin going to get this one rolling along. Nobody in front, so they'll find up to the defense. Gets that going across and through. The shot just wide as that's attempted by Mac Archer, and then taken back to the neutral zone again as that'll be to Colin Somerville. So Archer going to try to get that one across in front as this will be just cleared right back and out again by Modden. And so Findlay going to be rushing the puck in front. The shot going to be a little bit high, and then trying to get a little bit of a knock again, but no good there. More of a battle in front between the Trojans and the Generals. Gets past Figgy a little bit as this one will find its way up and high, as now a rush going to be going the other way. Looks like that was Punateri trying to get a little bit of momentum for Anthony Wayne, but Findlay will have it on the far side. Just going to be a little stagnant as Hernandez going to move Justin Moore, and then going to get some support. So this one going right back for it again to Greenewalt. as Hill looked for the puck on his stick. Not quite able to find it. Back to Greenewalt though again, as Hill hold on and then takes it right back into the corner and wait for something there again. In front, that's going to be a move by Diabernardano, as he'll get that across to Archer. Archer now has it on his stick, trying to dump the puck in, and he will, as that one going right back in front to Biggs. But they're just going to be battling into the corner there, as you see, just trying to get the breakout going for Anthony Wayne. Just still not much you can do here. Archer, though, able to dump that puck in, and Modlin going to be chasing right back after it, and here it'll go to Diabernardano, who's trying to get heavy on the rush here again. So this one will go and find its way to Diabernardano, and then up high the target, and then the other one in front, as that's going to be another battle for it that you see, and that's a big knock, and the hand will go up for the referee. A delayed penalty coming up on Anthony Wayne after we saw that there. Carter Spoon hit the ice, and now we'll have a box for a high sticking.
I'm not surprised to see that one. Spoon went down hard. Pretty easy call, I think, for the ref on that delayed penalty, as Caden Pataka will skate over to the old sin bin.
Well, Pataka going to be the first penalty and the first really on the marker today for Anthony Wayne. Yet to see a goal, but yeah, Pataka just going to just throw the weight into Spoon, and that'll be a penalty coming up. A high stick called there, as Findlay now has the man advantage. So Diabernardano in front, but that's just going to be picked up, and going to be a good save made there for Hockmuth.
Good on Hockmuth to just fall on that one right there. Already down 5-0 and now conceding a man advantage to the Trojans. You certainly don't need any extra shots there.
Sure don't, as that one will go back and away for it again, as Wilson going to have it, and then goes to Diabernardano and just barely hit the pad, and then knocked off of it is Ethan Giroux, and the whistle will blow.
And the Generals here still fighting. They're down big, but, you know, keeping the Trojans from just scoring on those first efforts, second efforts, really making them work for it.
So the battle in front will find its way up to defense. Wilson has it, and then that one going right back out for it. Diabernardano with the shot. Not able to connect, as Giroux will be there as well. Diabernardano try to steal that puck away from the number 14 of Kanapski. And no icing called due to the penalty, as Wilson will just knock that puck away, and we'll see this one going a little bit more for the Trojans, as they'll have another rush going for here, as that's going to be Somerville, and then gets the puck over to Diabernardano, as Hills just stay high, and then gets it across. Nobody on Wilson. Wilson the shot, a hard one, as that'll just squeak on by, and we'll continue onward from here, as now Mac Archer has it at the point. Looking for somewhere, low screen, puck goes out to the right, nobody there. Figgy, though, looking for this puck to leave the zone, as it won't. It'll just be picked up right again for Wilson, as he'll now have it from Diabernardano. Wilson gonna hold on to it, and just found the screen that was set from Ethan Giroux, and it's 6-0.
And the Trojans are just making it look easy at this point. Certainly hard-fought points, but they are lighting up the box score right now with that 6-0 lead, taking advantage of the power play. Tough break for the Generals there. I mean, you knew that it was going to be fraught with peril, being short man, but right here you'll see number 31, Draven Wilson, the captain, just find the corner and bank it in around Hockmuth.
Just beautiful accuracy, and not much that he can move, especially with being screened right in front. But now 6-0 your score. It might be 6-7 sooner than later. We'll have our 7-0 game, but now we'll take it away from here. So that's going to be just rolled right out to front, and going to be taken away to your garden, though. Going to go out to Carter Spoon, who drew the only penalty in the game. Spoon going to choose to rush in with Figgy, as Figgy has 2 on him almost, but still able to get the clear going, and this will be taken away. And then this going in the corner for Hayden Giroux, as he'll wait for something along here. Dexter Strite also there on a bit of pressure. So going a little bit more, Carter Spoon has it, and then on the rush he goes up to Hayden Giroux. Giroux going to be able to get past the line and dump it in, but it'll be ruled off the tip from Alex Music, as this goes behind. Figgy going to be able to get the play going for LeMan, as that's just right out in front. Nobody there. Knocked right back in, though, by Ryan Moss. So the play in front, nobody, as that'll be just a knockdown on Max Best, as keeps it going, and it'll find its way to the neutral zone. So the puck now in possession by Ryan Moss. He's getting some pressure, though, going. You're seeing that number 27 there in Drew Binnicker. but just a bit of a trip up also, as you'll see in Greenewalt, but the play going to be going the opposite way of the ice. No icing called due to a tip, as now you got to be holding the puck behind by Ryan Moss. Looking for somewhere that he could go, as this will just find its way across and through. Not many places you can take that MJ Greenewalt there, as now the breakout for Findlay just going to be a little bit more slowly than anticipated. But will find its way to the corner and Ryan Moss. So now the puck going to be going on to the other way. MJ Greenewalt going to get the play going as well to Jaron Clark. And then here it's finding its way. Jackson Fletcher there, that number 28. Wild puck in front, nowhere to go. As now that will find its way through to Clark. Clark gets that one up to Kerwin. Kerwin, the shot, wild and away. Past Kerwin a little bit. Lamont going to get that, and now a breakaway going, but nowhere to have it. A good rush back from Mac Archer. So the rush continues onward here. Fletcher gets it in. A nice move past Figgy, and that will be in, and that'll be the pad, and a save made for the number 34 of Hockmuth.
A great job there by Findlay's Fleckner, just weaving through traffic here to try to make that shot, but Hockmuth able to bring it down. Close one for the Generals there. I mean, really risking giving up that 7th goal. As you'll see here on the replay, has a chance at it, just weaves right through, makes a nice cutback. But a good save here from Hockmuth.
Took advantage of Figgy looking at the feed and was able to use that to his advantage, but Mac Archer, he's going to be the man in possession and just kind of gets the pass to himself almost after that went off D'Aberno, and then a hand will go up, a delayed penalty it looks like. We're going to have another penalty on Anthony Wayne due to the tripping.
Well, that's just something you can't see as the Generals. You don't want to make it easier for Findlay than, frankly, it already has been in this one. Only 6 minutes left, more than 10 minutes into this period, the second of 3. And, I mean, it's been all Findlay. And, looking at another power play here, I'd be surprised if we didn't see another goal or close to it.
Well, I stand corrected. Ethan Giroux will get the penalty for Anthony Wayne, as it looks like almost there's going to be a trip coming up against the Generals, but they'll now have some offensive opportunities as they'll be in their territory trying to get something along here, as that one will go right back and out, waiting for something along as well. As Kerwin was almost right down low. Kerwin trying to battle that one through and keep it a-going. 6 minutes now with 1:43 and the penalty, that going right out and across, as this one going to be a heavy rush now for Jaron Clark. Clark able to battle his way to the corner, hold on to it. Binnicker going to get a bit of a hit on that one, but still able to hold this one away again. Just 3 Generals trying to bully Clark to get that puck up. Almost like the lunch money in the yard, but here it going again. Anthony Wayne will be able to clear this one away. Laverick, the intended target. Going to be just one right back, though, by Kerwin. So this one going. Laverick gets the pass out. Trying to go to the number 98 in Punateri, but nowhere that you can have it. So this one's going right back now to Drew Binnicker. Binnicker now has it on his stick. He's able to get the puck going, as that attempt was to Punateri, as this will just be all the way back out and again. Figgy going to be on a bit of a rush, but the puck's going to be held by the number 27 of Drew Binnicker. Binnicker gets that one away, as Punateri going to have it, trying to go left. Using some speed here to get this one in. Had a couple of on the rush, including Mac Archer, but this one's just going to go high and out again, and almost a tip puck to end the shutout that we're seeing right now in Flanagan.
And really just great pursuit from the Trojans defense there, despite being undermanned, chasing Punateri behind the goal, not giving him a free chance to center it in or shoot.
Well, and that'll be cleared by the captain and Draven Wilson, as he'll find his way out into the bench on a line change, as this one's going for it now. D'Aberno has it on his stick, tries to give it up, can't though, as this will be one right back by the number 14 of LT Garden, and then one right back for Figgy. The penalty about to expire here for the Trojans, as they'll get a bit of a rush. MJ Greenewalt going to have it on his stick, looking for somewhere to go, only able to throw it on net, but still it'll find its way to the neutral zone, and then taken right back. Mac Archer able to dump that puck in, no icing due to it being on the correct side of the red line. So waiting for something more, and a bit of a breakout coming this way for Anthony Wayne. Going to be another rush, as now we'll see that's going to be the number 88 in Camden Lemon, who tried to get it back behind the Findlay defense, but not quite back enough, as now we'll have a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Figgy able to get a stick on it. That's going in front, but not quite. Just a bit of a fumble there for Fletcher. So in the corner again, going to be just taken right back and out, and Hockmuth going to make the save for that one.
Definitely a tough break for this Generals team, not being able to get anything out of that power play. Now you're facing an even strength team again, and Findlay very quickly out of their own penalty kill, putting the offensive pressure on again.
Well, and this will be taken back and out and just going one by the Generals as they'll look for something along here as Kerwin going to try to get that off the screen. The shot low on purpose to get a tip, as that'll go back to Kerwin again. Kerwin looking for the shot wide to the left, just had to get that into the zone at least, but either way this will go. Biggs gonna have it on his stick, just holding on to it, and goes across. Kerwin, the shot off the glove. You see it there against on Hockmuth.
Nice save, really forcing Hockmuth to reach far on that one, otherwise that was all net.
Well, and now going right back for it again, and behind the net seeing a bit of a rush here for Max Best. Best though just gonna knock it into the corner for Biggs. Puck wild and loose as this one's going out and again to Max Best. Best at the defense, able to evade one, gets the shot off, and that'll go off the shin almost to Devin Modlin, and going to be an icing call, but a goal will be avoided.
Definitely good to get out of there without giving up another goal, but if you're the Generals now, I mean, what are you thinking about here? You know, how can you get some more offensive pressure or keep those chances lasting longer on the offensive end?
It's all starting with holding the puck and then taking it from there. You can't really be clearing it, and sometimes you're going to be forced to, and that's, you know, that's okay, but you can't be doing it every play, and you're going to see what else can happen here as this one's going right back and behind and going to be trying for it. Jaron Clark in front had it to the attempt on Draven Wilson, but a stand tall performance by Hockmuth.
And a big hit there on Alex Music from Ethan Giroux. Definitely a little bit shaken up as he skates out of frame there.
Well, and Music not too happy with his first season on this varsity team for Anthony Wayne, as this will go right back for it. Archer going to have it on his stick. Tried to keep it in, but only was able to, as Kanapski now going to have it for a second. And then a little bit of a tie-up there and keeps it rushing. Draven Wilson going to start the rush his own way again. Wilson getting this way back in front as this will keep it going. And then just taken right back into the corner again. Ethan Giroux, the one in front, and then he had it. The play from Giroux to Clark almost pulled through, as now Mac Archer is going to be holding on to it a bit. And then in Wilson, and a wild puck in front, and a knock-in goal. Just setting the screen, setting the back door, and that's going to be rewarded to Jaron Clark.
Ethan Giroux had a chance at it there, but Jaron Clark ultimately able to knock it in. And a great job on this play, too, by Mac Archer, putting it into the middle there. Or not Mac Archer, excuse me, Draven Wilson, the captain, putting it in there, giving the chance for Jaron Clark to
exactly
score.
100% holding it. And I mean, you look at how it pulls through. It starts with the screen, and then it starts with the rebound from the back door. The majority of the Findlay goals have been that way tonight, and you can't knock them if it's working. So here it going right back again as that puck will be dumped right in for Kerwin.
That's right about if it's working, Danny. You got to admire the consistency there in following up those second chances from Findlay.
As Pataka kind of lost it a little bit, and this one's going right back in behind. It's now going to be held by that number 28 of Fletchner. And then Kerwin the shot, and that's going to just find its way into the glove of Hockmuth.
Nice grab by Hockmuth there once again, but at this point, you're kind of just stopping the bleeding with the saves in those positions. Still seeing the same thing on the ice with the skaters. The Generals are just staying under duress from Findlay, and Findlay's doing a great job of keeping their players, their defensemen pushed up on the perimeter so that they're able to catch the puck whenever it gets cleared by the Generals. Those, you know, kind of wild shots clearing out that you talked about earlier. They're just able to capitalize on them, keep those in this half of the ice and stay on offense.
And a $1:35 left as Somerville will take the draw for the Trojans, and that'll go back to Laverick. Laverick able to get the pass out, the attended target in Binneker, but it's just intercepted by Findlay. But Laverick going to try to pick that one right back up again, and some pressure, but that's going to be to Kerwin. Kerwin pinching a little bit as she'll take the puck and then able to get that one in the zone, take the line change off of it. Coming out for her will be Mac Archer as that one rolls into the corner. And just going to stand high and let the number 12 and Max Best battle that one into the corner, as this will continue on, but it'll be picked up and then taken by Somville, and then here it goes in a rush for Archer. Archer almost gets that one away, but he's going to step right back up, not looking for a rebound. A smart move to make if you're on the defense. As Hernandez dumps that one into Somerville, gets that one in front, and the shot, just a little bit of a lob, try to get that one past was Best. But now Anthony Wayne will take it the other way. Figgy has it on his stick, looking away across Max Best. Not much he can do there, but it's going past Laverick as they're going to try to be battling for that, and now it finds its way out. Laverick on a bit of a rush, on a hot streak there, but Findlay will pick it up, and they'll get a cross-ice pass, and that's going to be picked up by Somerville. Somerville only had one on him as he's going to hold on to it. Somerville, the shot in front, loose in front, and then taken away as that's going to be another save for Hockmuth.
Really close chance there. Leo Hernandez getting in there, getting really physical right in front of the goalie, but 16.7 left, and the Generals at this point are just looking to escape this one without allowing any more damage.
You're 100% right. There's just a 1 and then a 6.7 to remain as well. Look for a little bit more action so far, as really right now you just got to start chipping back at this one step at a time if you're Anthony Wayne, and it's going to start with the saves as Hockmuth will make another one there.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, Findlay's going to keep lighting things up on some level. I mean, they've been on the offensive vast majority of this game. You got to just, like, slow that down because the offensive opportunities just aren't coming very often for the Generals.
Well, and this will be going right back and then just in front, and that would be a great opportunity. Jackson Biggs tried to use the backhand there. Not much he can do, as that will conclude the period. A rough go at it for Biggs, but either way, Wilson knows, the captain there, you see that number 31 on your screen, just talking to some teammates, but still a huge lead to be 7-0 and just get some more at it heading into the third period.
Yeah, it's all smiles right now for the Trojans as they make their way off the ice, and it's hard to blame them when you look at how this one's played out, Dan.
Exactly, and that's going to be, looking at another replay here, just see what this has in store, and you see Wilson taking advantage of that, gets it in front, bounce, and then boom, you're going to get that for Jerome Clark as he'll get a goal there to get his first of the game. Anyways, we're going to be right back when we can here at the Slater Family Ice Arena for WBGU PBS here on YouTube. Well, we welcome you back to the Slater Family Ice Arena. A 7-0 game, just 7 for the Big Ben here today for Findlay. But you look at it so far against Anthony Wayne, and it's been quite just a juggernaut of a team here for the Trojans. I mean, just taking advantage of the screens. The rebounds have been phenomenal. And, I mean, Holden, we're looking at this one so far, and it has been all Trojans all day.
Yeah, it has been all Trojans. You saw that first clip, Max Best getting it in on the back edge of the goal on the second opportunity. I mean, that's been the name of the game for them. Findlay, you can see here again, Draven Wilson passes in. Ethan Drew had a chance at it, and Jaron Clark ultimately putting it in. Or no, I'm sorry, that was the one that Draven Wilson put in. But regardless, the relentlessness at the net that the Trojans have had today has been the difference maker. They're just keeping their offensive possessions alive longer.
Exactly, spreading the puck around and utilizing it as a team, and then also just the rebounds in front. That's been the Achilles heel right now for Blake Hockmuth, is he makes the first save, but either he doesn't have the help or he doesn't get them in, and then nonetheless, it's a 7-0 game out of nowhere, and if I'm not mistaken, we'll be at a running clock now. If the Trojans get up to 10, I believe that's when they call the mercy rule. But either way, we're going to be right back for it again, as this one's going right into the corner. Going to be Clark trying to find his way through. Figgy able to turn that one away, though, as Clark able to knock that one into the corner. Going to be taking it back along for Diaberno-Dono, and then another one in front for Clark again as he has it behind. Over to Diaberno-Dono, just 24-on-24 action as Sam Figgy of Anthony Wayne is getting in there. And then another one, Ryan Moss trying to get that play in front, and then not quite. He'll find his way out in the center. Moss able to get the pass across to going there for Kerwin. And now another breakout for Findlay, as that's going to be held by Diaberno-Dono. He tries to get it through, and then not quite, as that's taken by Sam Laverick. So right back and through again. This one going to be just picked up and recovered by Diaberno-Dono, as he'll have it. Tried to go across, had a man there in Jaron Clark, but will not find him, as this goes right back and across for Draven Wilson. Always has it on his stick, and then a shot from the far corner going to be tried and attempted there for Mac Archer, and then into the corner for it again, and another one. That's going to be a second of the day for Draven Wilson.
And you could just see that one as he wound his stick back there. You could just tell that one was right on the money. The captain, Wilson, getting it done again. And these Trojans, man.
You don't need it to hit the ice at all, but yeah, let's take a replay look. Diaberno-Dono in front. Just a screen set. Modlin, Laverick, and Figgy a little bit in the way for Anthony Wayne. It's 8-0 out of nowhere, as this one's going to be dropped right back, and going to continue along as Leo Hernandez going to try to get this one away, and then another one through, as that'll go off Somerville and into the corner again. Figgy there a little bit for support, getting some pressure on Fletcher and unable to get it on his stick, but another one going. Figgy knocks it away, and another one and taking it, but that's going to be a save made for the extracurriculars.
Hockmuth able to get the save there, but the Trojans still applying pressure. A foot has not come off the gas at all, as they've scored once, and we're only a minute 25 into the final period here.
Well, and you can only imagine, Holden, that's not going to be the only goal of the period. I have just a feeling that we're going to see some more of this, Trojan offense rolling, and hopefully try to get this one away and maybe wrap up early if they're allowed.
Definitely gunning for that kind of finish.
Well, and there it going right back, and again, as that will be just knocked off the stick for Jackson Fletcher. And then in front again, trying to get the pass in front was Greenewalt, but he is unable to, as this one's going to be knocked on through into the corner and then set, as that will go to the number 16 and Monica Kerwin, as she'll look for somewhere to go, and then off the skate, that's found in Somerville, and then threw it back and again. So now Somerville has one, trying to get some rushing going, as he'll find his way through, and the shot just right off the blocker of Hockmuth. So waiting for it a little bit again, getting a bit of a tie up here, but Marshall going to have it, and then finds its way back and through, and again, that will have it. Somerville going to have it on a stick, trying to get the shot in front, and then that's wide to the left. So he's not able to find anywhere for that one, and going to be taking this one back and forward is Tia Garden, and then just right back for Kerwin. So playing right back is going to be Best. He's got it on his stick. Gets the shot, going to go a little bit high, and the Findlay defense not going to get there in time, as that'll go back out to the neutral zone. So now Hernandez has it on his stick. Going to choose to skate it up a bit. He'll go one way, and then he'll go another. Intercepted, though, by Punateri, as now he has it, tries to get it in front. Icing waved off, as that will go and deep into the corner. A bit of a battle here. Going to be picked up, though, by the number 12 in Max Best, as now he'll have it. Gets the play in front and set again to the number 38 of Jackson Biggs, as that's a rush going. Biggs, a big shot there, just going to go a little bit out and wide. But the Findlay defense going to be there, moving the puck up a bit. And then the wild puck in front, is that able to clear its way in? And no, it is not. And a save made by Hockmuth.
Hockmuth doing everything he can, but a great job, especially from Biggs there for Findlay. You know, getting that second chance himself, not even having a player behind, as we're going to go to the replay here. You're going to see go off the glove of Hockmuth, and it'll bounce off a little bit. Findlay gets another chance at it, but he's just able to get on top of it.
And a good thing to take advantage of indeed, as this will be set back for it again. Just going to look as Draven Wilson's set to take the draw. Figgy going to win it back, though, as he'll hold on to it for Anthony Wayne, and then across and through, as that will find its way out to Mac Arthur, and then takes it right back into the corner. And that's going to be on the number 13 of Leo Hernandez, and then you'll find it a little bit more to Mac Arthur. And then finds it through to Clark, as this will be taken out to center. Nobody there, and that will find its way rolling along well. So right back now for Wilson. He's got it on his stick, gets its way and through back again. And so looking for a little bit more, but that's going to be Binnicker who gets it again, looking, as that will be on the number 31 of Wilson, as we've seen quite a bit today. And then going right back, that's going to be Giroux. Giroux, though, going to be forced into the corner for Findlay, seeing where he wants to take this one away. So in the corner, that one going up high, going to be the intended target in Hernandez, but a pass is intercepted and a bit of a rush going the other way, and that's going to be just stopped short. A great back check there, going to be on the number 8 of Ethan Giroux. Had no room for Camden Leman, and that's going the opposite way, and an icing is going to be called on that, Holden.
And the icing there at this point, if you're Findlay, you don't mind that at all. You're up 8-0. I mean, there's really nothing left that I think they're trying to prove. You know, they might try to get out of here early, putting a couple more on the board, but, you know, this one's 12 minutes, 50 seconds left. General's just trying to muster something here at this point.
Currently need to, if you're Findlay, avoid injury and, you know, conserve as much energy as possible, looking ahead for what you got in store, but going to be trying a quick rush here, and it might work. Here it goes. And a goal! Jackson Fletcher.
Can't draw it up much better than that if you're the Trojans.
And Fletcher, with his second goal today, makes it a 9-0 game for that number 28 junior.
You'll see here on the replay, he gets it off of the wall there, catches up to it, and then it's just one-on-one with the goaltender.
Well, what a cherry pick, too, just past Devin Modlin, and being caught in the Anthony Wayne defense sleeping, and either way, that's what you're going to want, so they'll find something else here, at least try to, as we continue alongward in the period. Just 12:30 remaining, as Fletcher has it behind, going to go right back out, but just off the skate that you'll see there of number 18 and Jared Brandeberry, who's looking a little bit more out and taking its time, taking its momentum. You'll wait for a little bit more as to what will happen from this, but either way, you'll wait, and we're going to have a whistle here, Holden, and just a big stoppage of play so far right now.
No big deal on the stoppage here for the Trojans. Still putting all the pressure on.
So we'll just get the wait going, and going to be Wilson to take the draw for Findlay, and then looking for Anthony Wayne. Sam Laverick is going to be the one in charge of that to start things off, as Wilson's going to get the dump just right in on that, and looking for somewhere where he can go, but really Jackson Biggs there was the one to chase after, as Wilson's going to be the one to chase here. As Wilson loses it off his stick, able to continue and hold on to it. Wilson trying to make a move, gets it out to Biggs, though, as he'll have it, and then Biggs going up to the defense and Tia Garden, and now a bit of a rush going, and here it's going to be an opportunity away for Anthony Wayne, and that will be, no sir, Drew Binnicker going to be denied by Brett Flanagan.
And that's about as good of a chance as Anthony Wayne has had tonight, but Binnicker there just unable to corral the puck. You know, had the speed, had the advantage on the Trojan defenders there, one-on-one with their goaltender, but just can't catch up, kind of corral the puck to have a real strong shot on the goal, and it just goes wide left.
And Mac Arthur going to be sent to the box on this one away, as we'll have a bit of a man advantage for Anthony Wayne, just seeing what they can pool together as Sam Laverick is there as well. And now a 2-on-1 going the other way for Findlay as that's Ethan Giroux. He loses the possession of it, almost got it away, but just going to stand tall there. Figgy going to get the pass across as that'll be weighted back and through to Kanapski and then into the corner. That'll head back to the neutral zone, and yep, that's going to be just a close one, and I mean a one that you don't want to give up, but Laverick there not quite in time, and we'll have to head to the neutral zone.
And Anthony Wayne here, you know, we talked about it on a power play earlier in this game. You know, a chance here to try to get something on the board, but Findlay, even with the man disadvantage, not showing any signs of breaking. Maybe bending a little bit, but not breaking.
Well, Punateri gets the pass across and through as this one's going to battle into the corner, and you'll wait for something else here. And then the man is not quite originally started with Drew Binnicker, and then you see Laverick in front, but nobody there going to have it as now Kanapski going to be waiting along for his turn, and then across. Waited too long on Binnicker. He'll be denied, and then we'll go right back for it again. So Somerville gets the clear out. Punateri going to just wait and hold on to it. Goes across. And that'll be on net of Flanagan as he makes the stop.
Routine save there for Flanagan. Not too challenged there. Not too challenged tonight either, frankly. Brett Flanagan has had a defensive line in front of him, letting him keep his sheet clean pretty easily.
Well, Flanagan to stand tall with just under a minute remaining in the man advantage for Findlay as they'll have another rush here up on the way. Diabernodano gets through and gets two, and he almost went far side to get that away, but Figgy will pick it up. Diabernodano, though, to intercept the pass as he stays right behind there, keeps it on his stick, trying to get that one in front. Anthony Wayne, though, will hold on to it and continue as the play will go and then develop, heading into the corner. That will be chased right back and away again as that's going to be just a cross, and Findlay able to clear that. No icing call. So here it goes. Punateri going to have it behind and waiting for this one here, but either way, this will go across. Figgy then dump that one into the corner and then takes it right back and away again. So now it's going a little bit further and then chasing right back and away as Wilson going to get a bit of a rush, and that's going to be just right on a little too hard as that goes on to Hockmuth and forced into the corner, but Wilson going to pick it up, no trouble, and get past one, get past two. He'll just take it to the neutral zone, let him get the man advantage, be back to full strength, and he'll just tear apart that defense that they had as best will have it, and then gets it right back and through as Kanapski almost had it as well.
To be honest, Dan, if you didn't count the skaters on the ice, you wouldn't necessarily know they had a man advantage there.
I mean, exactly, and then just getting back to full strength, you got to hold on to that one, but either way, Best's going to get the play in front as going to be a bit more of a rush, but just a stick lift there, going to avoid Jaron Clark from getting a hold of that. Kanapski now has it, and he'll have to be forced to throw that away as Kerwin will get it and then pass it through as that one will go across to Clark and then in front, but not quite to Carter Spoon. Spoon playing some heavy defense here and going out to Best, and then Spoon going to pick that one up and trying to rush. Has almost nobody on him, but the puck is knocked away, and Spoon will be forced to retreat, but not until Leo Hernandez will cover that play in the corner, and then taking its way right back and out as that will go and to Archer. Archer has it in the corner, waiting for somewhere to go, but knocks right back and away, and then in front again, and that will not quite. Yes, it will. It'll stay in the zone. Jaron Clark to dump it in as Figgy for Anthony Wayne will hold on to it. As that one's going right back and out again. Looking for somewhere that they can have it, but not quite, as Figgy will get its way going and then the opposite direction and waiting for something along here. And then just a shot in that will find its way through the gap as Colin Somerville is going to just find his way onto the score sheet.
And double digits now there for the Trojans. I mean, you know, we said early 4-0 after the first period that this one could turn into a bit of a blowout of sorts, and, you know, that's what we got here.
Well, and what do you know? Just the number 23 in Somerville, the 5'8 senior. Looks like we're going to wrap it up here after that, and that will be a 10-0 final. And how about that? Just a mercy rule game and a rough one for Anthony Wayne to stomach.
Yeah, certainly for the Trojans, you know, this Red Division team, a strong team that, you know, we expected, and you talked a little bit off the air, you know, really expected them to put the hurt on the Generals today, but, you know, did not did not under-deliver expectations at all.
Exactly, and I mean, Findlay, more of a juggernaut too. You always look up with them with like the Bowling Greens, the Northviews, the St. Francis in this red division, but either way, this is going to be a tough loss for Anthony Wayne here, especially on home ice.
Absolutely, and I think if you're Anthony Wayne, the thing that you have to look at is, this isn't one of the teams in your white division. It's competition that, on paper you should probably expect to be a little bit above the caliber of the teams that you're used to playing, but, you absolutely competed. They had to earn it, and they did through good play, but Anthony Wayne didn't just roll over. They went the full, they went 3 periods before giving up that 10th goal. I mean,
and you're 100% right. And the number 30 of Brett Flanagan looking like Jim Craig out there, as he will earn the shutout here tonight, and a big one indeed. But as we start to wrap up here for tonight after the doubleheader broadcast, Holden, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, some really, really top-notch hockey here. The white division, definitely a closer one between the Blue Devils and the Lake Flyers that we saw earlier compared to this one between the Trojans and the Generals. But, really the Trojans, I mean, just that relentless offense. I feel like this is a team that, going into the rest of their games, you look at this 10-0, I don't care who you're playing against. This is a team that you look at as a serious threat to compete with anyone.
That is 100% right, and that's going to be all the time that we have for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. WBGU PBS Sports Flex with the doubleheader action tonight. I've been Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Holden Ruck. Good night, everybody. You have been watching WBGU PBS here on YouTube.